To perform your best, you have to recover your best. But do you actually know what it means to be properly recovered? I want to show you a few ways that you can better understand your recovery so that you know when it's time to push and when it's time to back off. Recovery is a very underappreciated component of performance and the flow state. Without good recovery, we can't rise to the heights of our true potential. And this is as important in the business arena as it is in sports. How many times have you heard about facing burnout and higher stress levels in the last couple of years? We all have individual patterns of recovery and baselines from where we are working from. Subjectively, you can sometimes feel when you're doing pretty well, and you can learn to listen to your body better over time, especially if you're using objective metrics in combination for a well-rounded understanding of your recovery. If you want to get truly good at recovering and performing your very best, using objective numbers from devices can help to show you real-time recovery and analyze trends over time, and this is the best way to go. One of the most reliable indicators of recovery is heart rate variability, otherwise known as HRV. Think of HRV like the indicator of how much charge is in your phone's battery. Using HRV with one of the many devices that can measure it these days will tell you if you're ready to perform or approaching burnout or overtraining. So let's talk about what HRV is and how you can use it to determine if you're recovering well. Heart rate variability is a measurement of the interval between each of our heartbeats. If you've ever put a finger on your neck to measure your resting heart rate or watched it as a blood pressure cuff counted your heartbeat, you've probably seen it as a very consistent pace of beats. And it certainly looks that way, but there are actually subtle beat-to-beat differences. And these subtle differences are an indicator of how active your parasympathetic nervous system is, which shows that you are able to maintain a relaxed state versus sympathetic where your nervous system's on overdrive. The good news is that there are many devices that measure your heart rate these days that can also measure your HRV. The Apple Watch can do it, but there are also other sleep trackers and recovery tools like the Oura Ring or Whoop Band. And you can even use most chest strap monitors that are used for working out as a way to measure HRV too. When it comes to the chest straps, I find that a quick search should be able to tell you whether yours is able to measure HRV or not. And once you have a device that measures HRV, when looking at the number, a higher number for the millisecond interval between beats is a good thing. Everyone has a different baseline starting point, but somewhere around a daily average of 70 or 80 milliseconds is a pretty good score. A low HRV score indicates that your sympathetic nervous system is firing on high and can lead to a state of chronic stress if you're constantly in that state or seeing that trend in scores decreasing even more. A high score, on the other hand, means that your parasympathetic nervous system is able to kick on and activate, and your body is ready to rest and digest. And if you don't know whether or not your score is optimal, the good news is that most of these devices and their apps also tell you what the trends are showing from the data. You can look at the data and graphs yourself, or you can just look at whatever the app is telling you on whether you're recovering well or not. Throughout the day, as we go through different scenarios, it's clear that we can't always perfectly control the inputs and stressors coming from our surroundings. This is why most of the devices that automatically track HRV prioritize your score in the middle of the night. Otherwise, you should measure it first thing upon waking in the morning. And with this knowledge of your recovery in hand, you can better make informed decisions about training and work performance and when it's time to push and when you might need to go easy on yourself. Remember that it's not about one specific HRV score being great or not so great. It's about looking at your trend over time and even trying to improve it or see that it increases as your fitness also increases. And I find that over time, as you get a better sense of what these numbers mean for yourself and subjectively how you're feeling, you'll be able to make better informed decisions and know when you can keep pushing through or when you really do need to put on the brakes. And if you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button and let me know which device you use if you currently track your HRV. Now, if you want more info on how to recover from burnout so that you can get back into flow, watch this video here.